Ladies and gentlemen, I have always opined on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happened for the sake of it. Yesterday, Raila Odinga's convoy was blocked by the police from going through Narok CBD. And the question which most Kenyans were actually asking is, why would the police block Raila Odinga's convoy? The truth of the matter is that the police acted under the instruction of those in power. But why would they block Raila Odinga's convoy? I have an answer to that. And I saw most people were suggesting that the police acted under the instructions of those in power after Raila Odinga made this comment about Gabon.
Tunajua yale ambayo yalifanyika. Muliona kule Gabon walifanya mapinduzi juzi. Walifanya uchaguzi. Wakatangaza Bwana Bongo rafiki yangu ndiye alishinda. Lakini jeshi lilipopindua likaenda kafungua sava. Mpata ya kwamba Bongo walipata tu kura 18%. Na yule mpinzani wake akapata 77. Tunaona hiyo? Tunaona hiyo mambo ya sava? Kwa sababu tunasema tunataka sava ifunguliwe. Mnakubali sava ifunguliwe?
But that's not the main reason why Raila Odinga's convoy was stopped from going through Narok. I did a comprehensive analysis about that particular video. You can check it down there. But what provoked Ruto to do that? What provoked Kenya Kwanza government to do that? The truth of the matter is that over the weekend, Raila Odinga attended two events in the larger Luhya nation. There was an event in Vihiga, which was attended by Mudavadi, the Kotu boss, Francis Atwoli, and others. And then there was also that burial of the former cabinet minister Osogo in Busia. And during those two events, Raila Odinga revealed a strategy that caught Kenya Kwanza by surprise. Let me play for you the first clip, the one in Busia, that caught Kenya Kwanza by surprise.
Mambo ya mbolea, atumerudisha bei ya mbolea chini. Mbolea mmepewa bure na serikali ya Urusi. 34,000 tons bure. Unaongeza mchanga inakuwa 100,000 tons. Unasema tumerudisha bei chini. Unarudisha bei chini. Hadi sasa tumetoa 7,000 imekuwa 2,500. Pasi hawa wakulima bure, Matio Tuma agawe kwa hawa wakulima. Hakuna haja ya wewe kuja na hiyo hapa chini na umepewa kama zawadi na unakuja kuuza hapo. Hiyo ni ungwana kweli? Hiyo ni ungwana kweli?
Now, from that clip, how do you think Kenya Kwanza felt that after spending weeks in Luhya nation telling the people how they've lowered the cost of fertilizer, then Raila Odinga goes down there and tells the people that the fertilizer which is being sold to them were actually given to Kenya Kwanza government for free, and therefore they ought to give the public those fertilizers for free. Now that is what caught these guys by surprise. The second thing which caught them by surprise was how Raila Odinga dealt with the issue of Francis Atwoli. Listening to Raila Odinga dealing with the issue of Francis Atwoli first, because in this video, I want to try and explain to you guys so that you can understand why these guys attempted to block Raila Odinga yesterday and why the latest strategy by Raila Odinga is likely to disorient Kenya Kwanza.
Sasa ikiwa tuko katika hali hii mbaya namna hii, na kwa Wakenya wengi wamelia zaidi. Wamelia zaidi ya kwamba gharama ya maisha imepanda. Bei ya unga imepanda. Bei ya sukari imepanda. Bei mafuta imepanda. nauli ya kusafiri imepanda, stima imepanda, kila kitu imepanda juu zaidi. Kwa tunasema punda imechoka. Punda imechoka. Sasa sisi tunasema kama wanasiasa, yale maneno tunasema nitakana Atwoli liongoze kusema kama kiongozi wa wafanyikazi. Yale tunasema hata kuambia Wakenya waende kwa barabara, hiyo ni kazi ya Atwoli. Yeye anasema ni anakwenda huko upande ile nyingine ya serikali, pembe nyingine pale anasema ati nyingine shenzi sana. Shenzi sana. Yeye ndio shenzi sana yeye.
And of course, you also remember earlier, Raila Odinga had actually decided to take William Ruto on the issue of Mambo ni Matatu. Of course, William Ruto meant elimination. But William Ruto being William Ruto, he had tried to twist it. But Raila Odinga was now giving Kenyans the real meaning of what William Ruto meant.
Mtu anakuja alafu anatisha watu. Anasema ati wewe utahama, nitakuweka wewe jela, au wewe utaenda kwa Mungu. Hiyo nazungumza ina gani? Sasa Kenya hii imekuwa ni yake. Anakuambia wewe toka. Na wewe umezaliwa hapa Kenya hii, ni nchi yako wewe unajua. Mtu anamwambia wewe hama. Uhama uende wapi? Alafu hama sivyo akuleke yeye kwa jela. Yeye ndiye anakushtaki wewe na yeye afunga wewe. Tena amesema nitakupeleka wewe jela. 3, atakupeleka kwa Mungu. Anakusema atakuua. Hii ni utawala aina gani hiyo? Hiyo ni kitu gani hiyo?
But why do I have a strong feeling that Raila Odinga's latest strategy is actually lethal? For those who've been following this channel, I've always advised Raila Odinga and Azimio brigades to do a few things. And I'm going to share links to some of the videos of my unsolicited advice to Raila Odinga and Azimio, which I did a few weeks ago. And I strongly believe that Raila Odinga and the team listened to that video and they're now trying to implement some of the suggestions which we placed in that video. But before we get into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to dive in. Let me head straight to my point. Why do I strongly believe that Raila Odinga's latest strategy, which he unveiled in Vihiga, and he unveiled it in Busia, and of course, if you listen to Raila Odinga's speech also in Narok, he also unveiled that strategy. Why do I have a strong feeling that that strategy is lethal and it's likely to change tide against William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza government? Number one, it is clear from Raila Odinga's speeches over the weekend that Azimio La Moja One Kenya Alliance have actually now developed a communication strategy. And that communication strategy is intended for deterrence. To deter what? To deter William Ruto from running away with propaganda. One of the things which William Ruto has actually perfected is the use of propaganda. It takes advantage of the fact that Azimio didn't have a proper communication strategy. I see Raila Odinga and the team now have a communication strategy. Let's take, for example, the case of fertilizer. What do you think would be William Ruto's comeback? Would he come out and tell Kenyans that Raila Odinga is saying propaganda, that we didn't get fertilizer from Russia? Will he come out? He can't come out. But Raila Odinga can actually continue sustaining that, because of course, even if they got those fertilizer from Russia, they were not enough, which means the government had to bring some. But where were those that came from Russia? So Raila Odinga can actually sustain that. It now means that Raila Odinga's speeches are from a strategic communications perspective. Let's take the case of Atwoli. Why do you think Raila Odinga took on Atwoli head on like that and even went to Narok and repeated the same? The truth is, Raila Odinga is trying to set up the the workers against Atuli, because Atuli controls workers. And of course, I've always maintained here that Atuli used to play a key role. Francis Atuli used to play a key role for Raila Odinga, and his departure is definitely going to affect Raila Odinga's politics, especially in Western Kenya. So Raila Odinga must deal with him through that strategy. And for me, if that strategy is going to work, it's good for Raila Odinga. But the truth of the matter, which is now clear, is that Raila Odinga has a clear strategy of trying to prevent William Ruto from sustaining the propaganda, exposing the lies, and all kind of those things. So that's number one. Number two, there's also the fear that if Raila Odinga were to sustain this kind of approach, the approach he gave in Busia, the approach he gave in Vihiga, and also yesterday in Narok, then William Ruto is definitely going to lose the narrative that he had actually begun. Because remember, William Ruto moved across the country. He started with the 5-day tour of coastal region, which is Raila Odinga's stronghold. Raila Odinga and the team never responded. He went to Mount Kenya. Raila Odinga and the team never responded. He went to Kisii. Raila and the team never really responded. Then he went to now where? Luhya Nation. And now they are responding. I'm told William Ruto is planning to also come to Nyanza for 5 good days. If Raila Odinga has already begun this kind of narrative, pointing out William Ruto's lies, do you think he will sustain those lies in Nyanza? Because Nyanza people are a bit different. They will tell him, no, hapo now boss, medanganya. So for me, the fear of Raila Odinga eroding William Ruto's skin is something which is worrying these guys. And that's why they really tried to block Raila Odinga from addressing the people of Narok. And in Narok, Raila Odinga also picked certain elements, the issue of Mau conservation, which is so dear to the people of Narok. So in my view, Raila Odinga now has a communication strategy and is following it. Number 3, in my view, is that Raila Odinga is now keen also on trying to incite Kenyans against Kenya Kwanza government. That is also coming out clearly from his communication strategy by telling Kenyans that the fertilizer which were being sold were actually donated for free. By telling these people that by telling these people that Atuli is the one who's supposed to be making noise. What is he trying to do? Is inciting the farmers. I mean the workers. What about the issue of sugarcane farmers? I know this is going to be huge propaganda, but something is, Raila Odinga, I'm sure, is about to say something, that there is this sugar factory somewhere in the middle of Kericho Tea there, which is supposed to start operation, and they don't have canes. And the fact that Rai and Kenya West, Kabras, blah, blah, were paying farmers, and therefore most farmers preferred them. We are likely to start hearing those kinds of stories coming from Raila Odinga and the team. So, which means now they have a communication strategy. And lastly, if you ask me, there is also now Raila Odinga trying to push Kenya Kwanza to be on the defense. Normally, when you are in a war, political war, you should not allow yourself to be pushed to be the one defending. You should be the one generating the narrative, then let the other defend. William Ruto had managed to actually, because initially there were the stories of cost of living, there was the stories of tax, and William Ruto easily managed, because Raila Odinga didn't have any communication strategy, William Ruto easily managed to turn around everything. And then Raila Odinga and Azimio found themselves now from owning the narrative to now coming to defend. I think what Raila Odinga is now trying to do, based on the communication strategy which they have developed, I think they're now pushing Kenya Kwanza to be the one on the defense. You defend the issue of fertilizer. You defend the issue of farmers. I don't know why they're not taking advantage of tax. Maybe it's part of the bipartisan talks, but that's a juicy story which Raila Odinga and the team can actually take advantage of. I don't know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section by just saying enjoyed. And of course, for those who've watched the video up to this point, just know from the bottom of my heart, I really value it. Thank you guys. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to drop your comment, and also don't forget to drop your comment. Bye-bye.